Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Here, we're going to talk about our favorite subject today, which is sales. I work in real estate, so what is our topic for today? Our topic for today is selling real estate in rural areas. Okay, sometimes people don't want to buy a house, they want to buy some land and they want to build a house or put something on that dirt, maybe a mobile home, a modular home, or maybe they want to build the home of their dreams. So what you have to do as a salesperson, sometimes you got to get out there and go take a look at these properties before you actually take your customers out there. And let me tell you the reason why. If you go to some locations like today, I just went out to a beautiful location. It took me an hour, almost an hour and a half to find this location because it was out in the middle of the woods. And you don't want to embarrass yourself when you're working with customers trying to find a place. And on top of that, the place was so muddy, it was so dirty. I don't have a four-wheel drive, so if you're out there working in the rural areas and you're wanting to sell real estate with it's got trees and all kinds of crap on it, you need to make sure you got four-wheel drive, okay? And I couldn't, so I had to get out and walk for almost about 45 minutes out in the back of the woods to go take a look at this property. And what I did for my customers is I did some little short videos and I sent them to them through a text so that way they could see the property because they're a long ways from here. They don't live right here in Jacksonville. They live in another state, a long ways from here, but it's another way for you to be able to help your customers see what's available on the market. And I'm out in the woods right now, and one of the things I'm telling you right now, guys, is there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a whole lot of work that's got to be done when you're out here trying to purchase some property. You got to have what they call clearing. Do you know anybody who can clear the property for you? Do you know a builder? Do you know builders so that your customers can interview them? And can you get paid if you go ahead and get them a builder? Because, you know, we're in real estate and we want to make sure that, hey, we get paid. If we're out here helping the customer, that's what we're all about. We're trying to make some money. Now, remember, it's not always about you. So always look out for the best interest of what the customer wants. Sometimes customers, they want some big old properties and stuff. And sometimes they're cleared and then sometimes they're not. And this particular one right here, if you'll notice, there's a lot of pine trees. It looks like at one time these people had planted these pine trees. So if these people were to purchase this particular lot, they may be able to harvest those trees and make some money. That way they can go ahead and put it towards the brand new home that they're going to have to build on this. And this particular location is like 8.5 acres. It's a big old piece of dirt. And then I went to the other one earlier and it was cleared, but you couldn't really get through it because there was so much brush that had grown up over the last year or so that you really couldn't see it. So you do need to get you one of them toys that's got a camera and you fly it up in the air, okay? So that way you can see it with an Android. You can see those things so you can look at the actual property. That's what I got to buy me now is I got to get me one of those things so I can say, well, this is what the property looks like instead of physically having to walk through all that property. Not everybody wants to do that. And some customers who want big old properties, they like to walk the property just to see exactly what it looks like. And if you notice on this particular one, I got a sheet here. So what I do is I report back to my customers. I tell them what I see. I take some videos. I talk about, you know, is it in a flood zone? I'm also talking about what I see. Is there a dirt road that's close to? What's the dirt roads look like? Are they all muddy? Is the ground all wet? Is the ground look really bad and saturated? So is it in a low area? So when you're selling real estate, I'm talking about in the rural areas, okay, guys, you got to make sure that you look for those things that can cause the customer to go, why in the heck did you bring me here? That place is soggy. It's really, really bad. It's really, really wet. And you hope it's the rainy season when you go out and look, because a lot of times when you buy property, you don't even know if it's in the flood zone unless you look it up. And you should always do that for your customers. So that way you can make sure they buy a great investment. Because listen, guys, you're not dealing with just one sale today. You want referrals and you want opportunities to sell. And the key to success is, like I said, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your real estate sales guy. You can check out my website at realestatesalesguy.com, and it will show you my exit, because that's who I work for, website, and you can literally look at thousands of homes and properties or new construction. It's real simple to use, and my simple job today is to just give you some confidence and say, hey, listen, if you're a buyer and you're looking to buy, a beautiful property, you got to be able to ask good questions. You want to ask, is it easy for me to get to dining and shopping? It's in a rural area, yeah. Now, how far is it? Do I have a lot of dirt roads and stuff? How bad are the roads? Do the roads look like they have a lot of potholes? Does it get really, really wet in those areas? Is it dry land? Is the land higher? Do they have trees on there we can sell, we can cultivate? Is there clearings? Is there ponds? Is there a lake? Is there a river? Is there a creek? And you want to ask these questions so when you go to buy your property or you're trying to sell it, that you can give your customers quite a bit of information. Now, the MLS will give you some information, but I go out and I walk the properties, and sometimes it's really bad. It's really hard. So you have to be prepared. You have to be dressed right, and you want to make sure that when you're out there showing properties that you've been there. Okay, if you go take it, if you are on, I had this happen to me when I first started. We went and looked at properties, this one couple, and we were lost. We were lost, and I was so embarrassed. But these people, they wanted to look, they wanted to see, and so they rode around with me. We looked at properties and stuff. We got stuck in the dirt and the mud. It was a pain, and guess what? They decided to buy a house that wasn't in the woods. They ended up buying something that was in a nice subdivision, and I'm real glad for them, but they had to see for themselves, hey man, because it's a lot of work when you go to buy a piece of property that's not been cultivated. Now, this particular one, there's no well on it. There's no amenities. Like, say for instance, do you got like a septic tank? So you'll have to add those things, and those become even costly. They can be more costly. So sometimes it may be cheaper to buy like a mobile home or something that's already set up on a piece of dirt, and then build your dream home down the road. That way you can pay off the property. We got some folks that like to just buy it plain out cash. Then they'll go ahead and sell their home, and they'll come in and they'll build a home. So you got to know some builders. You got to get out there and talk to people. You've got to ask questions, because listen guys, we're in real estate. I sell real estate. I don't sell cars. So I got to know every aspect of my building as far as the products are concerned. So when you're getting out there trying to sell real estate and it's in the rural areas, or even if it's not, maybe it's some piece of dirt that's in the middle of the city, you want to know, is there any liens on the property? Does anybody owe any money on that property? Have the people not paid their taxes on the property? Because those things could come back to bite you too. You got to know all the ins and outs when you're trying to sell a property, and you got to make sure that you give the customer all the informed information. Let them take a look. Like I said, if customers are busy during the week, I'll go out and walk out in the woods. I don't have a problem. See how pretty it is out here? There's a little bit of trails. In some parts of the area you may not be able to get through and walk through, but I'll walk around, show some pictures, send them some text with some videos, tell them about the property, give them some insight, so that way they can make a determination. Well, I think we should go look at that. And then I'll tell them the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. Guess what, guys? You don't want to sell something and the customer not be happy with it within a short amount of time, because then you lose all their confidence, and down the road they may sell their home and want to buy something else, or maybe they're buying their dream home and they're building it, and if you didn't do your due diligence to find out, hey, it's in a flood zone, oh crap, then you haven't done your job. We're in sales, and I love selling. I help people all the time buy, just regular homes. People want to buy a condo. I help them do that. I help them sell their homes. But on occasion, I got customers who are looking for property so they can build what they want. And you have to tell them the truth, because and you don't want to give them your opinion, but you got to let them make that buying decision. If they want to come out and take a look at the property, be dressed and prepared to get out there and enjoy it. Also, remember guys, if you got a four-wheel drive and you're out there on them dirt roads, it makes a lot of sense. But if you got like a little small car, okay, good luck. Because I got one of them, and eventually I may get a four-wheel drive, but today I had to walk for almost 45 minutes to an hour just to get to the property. And I'm thinking, I told my customer that. I let them know. So if you break down, this is where you're at. Also, look in the community to see what else is in the community. How far is it from the hospitals? How far is it from the schools? How far is it from the main roads? How far and what would it take to get to the interstate system? It's really important that you let your customers know these so they can have an informed buying decision. It also makes you look like the pro. It makes you look like you ain't like the regular salesperson. You know a little bit about what you're doing. You know a little bit about what you're selling. And I've had to learn the hard ways, guys. I've lost some easy opportunities because I didn't know nothing. And when you don't know something, it's embarrassing. So always tell your customers, if you don't know something, say, I don't know, but I sure can find out. And I've had customers who love me because I said, I sure can find out. And today we just had a very simple conversation about buying real estate, okay, in the woods, in a rural area, or even in the city where there's a piece of dirt, somebody wants to buy it. So do me a favor, guys, just check out my website at yourrealestatesalesguide.com and check out my website so that way if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, you got somebody who's real nice with a big old smile and a thumbs up and who can help you walk through the process. Now, if you're a salesperson and if you're watching this video, okay, guys, take this stuff to heart. When you get out there, you want to make sure you've been there. You don't want to just show up one day and say, let's go walking, okay? Because, man, it can be crazy. Know what you're looking at, know what you're showing, and your customers will be really satisfied. Take videos. Be out there before they even get there. Look at the property. Tell them what the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and are all about the property. And then that way your customers can say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad I didn't buy that one. I'll go ahead and buy that one. Okay, we just got through talking about buying real estate, okay? In the country, baby. In the rural areas or in a place that's just trying to sell some dirt, okay? We just had a great conversation. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Tell everybody about old Gary Lee. Hey, it makes the algorithms go up, so give me some thumbs up so people will say, I like that guy. I want to buy some, what? Real estate from them because they're real nice. I work for Exit Real Estate Gallery right here in Jacksonville, Florida, in the surrounding counties. And check out my cool website at yourrealestatesalesguide.com. Sign up and look at all the cool properties. Look at all the properties, and then heart the ones you like, and we'll go out and see them. I don't even care if they're out in the country. We'll do our best to get you what you want. Because remember, when you're buying a home, it's your house, not mine. And we just had a good time talking about what? Buying property out in the woods. It's tough, okay? So enjoy your day, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Hey, give me a call at 904-662-8933 if I can show you some property or a house or a condo. Okay? All right.